Hi everyone. So, look elsewhere on the channel for the high quality, highly polished, professional videos I'm putting together. This is where I kind of bare my heart and talk about my experiences of being a first time YouTuber, a noob tuber if you like. Sorry. So look, I thought it'd be useful just to kind of document and diarise my experiences, to see where I'm going and what choices I'm making. Maybe that'd be helpful for other people out there who are looking at doing this for the first time. Basically, I've never done any YouTubing before, never been part of my kind of profile really, but I thought it'd be interesting to give it a go and see how I get on. So, what's my journey been like so far? Well, I'll talk about the actual niche that I've picked and why I picked it. I'll talk about the equipment and software I've bought, and then finally some of the challenges I've had in getting started and how I've addressed them. And like I said, if this helps someone else get going, fantastic. But I'll try and post these on a regular basis so everyone can see them. Okay, so first of all, the niche. Well, I've recently got back into personal finance and investing. I think it's fascinating, and there's a lot of great content out there. So I had to try and find what was my own personal niche, my own personal take on personal finance. Now, I'm a big believer in letting money be in the background. Whenever I've actually really pursued money or made money the kind of center of my world, it hasn't actually made me happy. So I know I have to invest. I know it's important to invest, but I don't want to focus on it day in, day out. So I thought Zen investing, a more Zen approach to personal finance. Now we'll have to see how that works out. I don't know yet if it's going to be a good niche or not. I have some ideas around principles and what have you, but frankly, I think the whole thing will evolve and we'll just see where it goes. But that was kind of my idea. And then the next thing I did, based on advice from YouTubers, I made a list of videos. And actually, when I got down to doing the list, there's about 30 or 40 out there. That kind of makes sense. I've also got some ideas around regular content, a particular challenge I want to put together. So that's my niche. So what equipment have I bought? Well, I tried, as I was advised by YouTube, to just use my phone as it is, my OnePlus Nord. Filming wise, it seems fine. Audio wise, it was awful. It was awful. Though having said that, that's possibly partly down to my voice as well. But again, I'll come back to that. But fundamentally, the actual inbuilt microphone wasn't doing it, so I bought this. And I'll show you up on screen what it is. I no idea if it's the best, the worst. It's got good ratings. I saw it recommended, and it has made a difference to my audio. I also bought this tripod. I did actually buy a taller tripod, but it wasn't actually tall enough. I've come to realise that you kind of do get what you pay for on Amazon. If you pay £5.50 for something, it's probably worth £5.50. So there we go. But yeah, this tripod's doing okay for me, but I've had to use a set of books stacked up in order to get it to the right height. I'm hoping this is the right height, by the way, but I guess we'll see. Also, as well, I've been using my tablet as my kind of script, as my kind of auto cue, and I bought this stand, which actually is definitely very good for the money. You know, it seems quite robust and quite strong, and really was a bargain. So that's the physical equipment. I haven't yet invested in a camera. I'm not looking yet at a better microphones, and yeah, other than that, this seems to be okay so far. If this takes off, maybe I'll invest. I haven't got any special lighting. Software-wise, I'm personally using Filmora 10. That was recommended by a website, and actually I'm finding it very useful. I've never done any video editing before. If you care to look back at my very first video, ignore the content, it was really a bit of a test reel. But all of that was done through Filmora, all of the titles and the transitions and so on and so forth. And genuinely, it does seem very straightforward to use. It cost about £80, which seems about reasonable. I wasn't going for the top end, I went for the lower end, but certainly I can't recommend Filmora because I've no idea how other platforms work. But for me, for video editing, for what I need to do, it seems perfectly fine. So I think so far I've probably spent about £110 on equipment, most of it to be fair on Filmora, but that's it so far. I haven't bought any special lighting, I haven't bought any rear screens or what have you, and I'm going to see how I get on with that, and hopefully that'll be enough quality wise to get by on. Later on, as I say, this takes off, I might invest in a proper camera, I might invest in a better mic, we'll see how we go. Okay, challenges. But apart from just getting going, apart from just getting that first video done, I think my main challenge, and this may shock you, is my voice. I hate my voice. I'm trying to balance between my natural speaking voice, which can be a little bit mumbled, a little bit scouse, to be fair, and also a clear, enunciating voice for the camera. What I'm finding is if I relax too much, the energy levels come down. If I try and follow a script, I get a kind of weird tone. My partner said, I haven't got a voice for radio, which I thought was particularly cruel. Monotone was mentioned, actually, monotone, which I thought was very harsh, but there we go. So yeah, my voice, but I've just realised my voice is my voice. It will either work or not work. I'm not going to hire an actor in with a better voice, so we'll have to see how it goes. Hopefully over time I'll get better at speaking to the camera in a relaxed way, but in a way that's also clear, but I guess we'll see. The next biggest challenge, bizarrely, was finding somewhere to film. I haven't got a studio, obviously. I've settled on the dining room, which actually, and behind me, behind the camera, is actually an open window that lets quite a lot of natural light in. You can see the reflection here. I'm hoping this is actually good enough for lighting because I don't have any specialist lighting. So yes, so that was actually quite a trick. I moved around the house. I thought about doing a, not green screen, but I thought about having a screen in the background. I've seen some of the YouTubers do that, but it always looks a bit distracting to me. So I'm going to go with this for now. It's a bit disruptive. I'm actually in the front room, obviously. But I'm going to go with this for now. But that was actually a challenge, a weird challenge, actually finding somewhere to actually film that's quiet and what have you. What are the challenges? I think basically the amount of content wasn't an issue. It was actually getting around to doing the content. I'm actually doing 3 videos back to back now, which I'm hoping will work. I'm hoping that actually I can get the energy up and keep the actual interest whilst doing 3 videos in one go and then going to the editing. Right, one final big challenge I'll talk about actually, and that has been on the so-called B-roll, finding video. I have not yet subscribed to a paid for stock video, platform. I'm using Pexabay and Pixels. I think, or Pixels away, those 2 sites. I've actually found the longest time in editing has been in trying to find the right B-roll in the right place. And it's getting to be a real struggle. I may end up giving up and actually going for one that paid for subscriptions, but they're quite expensive. I'm keen that this doesn't become an expensive hobby that goes nowhere. I'm keen to see if I can get the content out there and keep momentum going and even get to some serious views before I start investing further. But definitely I would say to anyone out there, free video is a challenge. It's definitely a challenge. You've obviously got to do video to keep people's interest up. You obviously need to add in the B-roll to keep it going. But yes, finding video that actually matches and tells my message has been tricky. Other than that though, so far I'm enjoying it. Like I said, I just need to get in there and get the content out there. That's my biggest challenge, actually settling in and doing it. I've also recorded several times with no microphone turned on. That's been frustrating. I'm hoping the mic is on for this, but there we go. But yeah, anyway, hope that was useful. Just literally a kind of a brain dump of my challenges so far. I'll try and do these on quite a regular basis. Talk about some ideas I've had around animation and what have you. And yeah, hopefully this has been useful. Have a great rest of the week.